Hello, my name is John Sayre, Technical Marketing Manager, Civil Infrastructure here at Autodesk. Today I would like to talk about a workflow for road rehab. This first of three videos will take you through how to navigate this workflow. This is step one of three, working with LiDAR in ReCap. In this series of three, I'm going to take you through a road rehab project that's using a scanned mobile LiDAR point cloud for existing conditions. We're going to go through the process to get the existing conditions data prepared to take it into InfraWorks so that we can do linear feature extraction. So you may have gone through this workflow before in ReCap, but I have to start at the beginning of this workflow to convey the message I want to convey. So we're going to start as if you've never been in ReCap Pro before. So we're going to go up and we're going to select a new project. All right. So here at this dialog, we have the ability to either import a point cloud, which will be the LAS files that we're going to use today, or we could transfer from a mobile device, which would be the iPad Pro. So if we were using the BLK 360, we would be able to actually transfer the information that we had pulled into the iPad Pro directly onto our machine via USB. We can also select photo to 3D, and this is the ReCap photo piece. If you have photogrammetry that you want to generate a point cloud from, this is where you would go. If you select photo to 3D, it will take you out to the online ReCap 360. So we really want to be creating that information inside of ReCap Photo. So you can get ReCap Photo from the download of ReCap Pro. And if you have entitlements to ReCap Pro, then you will get ReCap Photo. So we're going to start with importing a point cloud. All right, so the first thing we'll do is just jump out here and set our location where we would like to have this data be built. And we'll just call this LiDAR scan. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to hit proceed. And then we need to bring the LAS files in. All right, and as you can see, these are LAS files. These LAS files cannot be imported natively into Civil 3D. They need to be brought into ReCap so that they can be stitched together correctly. So we're just going to grab this set of LAS files right here, drag them into the screen. And it jumps right to the next setting or set of settings, the scan settings. All right, this is an important step. All right, we need to select advanced, and we need to be sure that our coordinate system is set correctly. You have all of the coordinate systems that you are privy to inside of Civil 3D and inside of InfraWorks. They're all right here inside of ReCap Pro. So I'm going to go ahead and just change this to the coordinate system that I want. Hit OK. And this is just matching up where the scans were actually created. I'll be sure to set those to AL83WF, both of them, and I will go ahead and hit import files. And what this will do is it'll go through and it starts to import those files. Now, what it's doing behind the scenes is all of those LAS files, it's converting them to RCS files. All right, so those RCS files, once they're imported, we can go over here in the lower right-hand corner, we can select index scans. So this does take just a little bit to process. We're going to go ahead and go out to a project that I've already got created. So I'll just hit suspend. At that point, by the way, you would just hit index scans and your cloud would come in and it would look just like this. If I select this road rehab project, it would look just like what you're seeing right here. All right, so a few things I want to kind of point out inside of this model as it populates. We can zoom in here and we can start to see the level of detail that we have in this particular cloud. It's a very nice cloud. It works very well with the road rehab tools and with the linear feature extraction. So just a little bit about what we're going to pull today from this cloud. We're going to pull this edge of pavement, all right, this stripe here. We're going to pull the paint stripes and we're going to pull the edge of pavement on the right. All right, and then I'm going to also talk a little bit about how this barrier affects us and how we can utilize a linear feature at the top of the wall and at the bottom. I'm going to show you real quick. I can't really see this all that well, and I want to be able to validate the data just a little bit more. So I can go up here and change my color mode, and I highly recommend you go through all of these and just take a look at them. We can pick elevation, and you can see that, yes, everything is visual or visually there, but you can't really see the stripes anymore. So I'm going to go to the next color mode, which is intensity, and I can see all of my stripes and features that I want. So this is very, very nice. This is the way I'm going to visualize it inside of InfraWorks. We'll do the same classification in InfraWorks, and we'll be able to see this exact point cloud the way it sits right here. So really what you're using Recap Pro for is just to aggregate all of the scans together and create one large scan. All right, so what we want to do here after we're at the point we've got everything in, we can visually see that it's exactly what we want. We could go in and we could actually chop off this area here because I really only want to run the road rehab tools on this area, and we don't want to pull in, you know, as much information as what's shown, because if you take a look here at these scans are large. They're very large. If I hover over each one, you can see that that one scan is 15.84 million points. So we could drop down to the next one. It's around 17 million. So you can see that the recap engine is very strong. You're able to move around, navigate, things of that nature very quickly, even though there is a huge amount of data inside of here. So we could do this a couple ways. We could actually create a region here. All right, I could hit new region. I could just call this don't need. All right, you can name it whatever you want. Hit OK, and it changes colors. Then we could actually go up and we could turn off that region. And then once we see just what we want, we could just hit save, and we could save this RCP. Now, if we wanted to leave this RCP alone and just export out what we need, then we could go back up to the Home tab and we could just export out a brand new RCS file, and it would only be the information that you're seeing here on the screen in that RCS file, which makes it a little lighter weight, and it comes in and you can navigate around and use it a little bit easier inside of InfraWorks and Civil 3D. So again, we know that we've got everything we need here, so I went ahead and saved to the RCP, just went up and hit save, and we're ready to go to the next step. So I have created a second video to be the second of 3 videos on that next step, and that is how to use the linear feature extraction tools inside of InfraWorks. And this would be the second step of the 3 in this particular workflow. I hope that the information in this video has helped you to understand this step of the workflow I've been describing. Please look for the additional videos that take you to the next step. Have a great day.